What's the story, guys? It's Heritage, and this is my mini The Suicide Squad review. It's a bit of a mixed bag, this one. It's getting great reviews from everyone else, but gotta be honest with you, I wasn't impressed with myself. It's a very mixed bag, but when it does, it's good, it's great. I mean, when that stuff is great, but it seems to be awfully padded. I mean, this thing's over 2 hours long, and to be honest with you, you could have shaved an hour off it. If you look at the trailers that have been out, that's basically beat for beat the story arc of the film. So you've basically seen the films from the trailers, and everything else is just character stuff in between. Now, I've no problem with that ordinarily, but 2 hours of that stuff to just get through a story you pretty much already know is going to happen. I mean, just to give you a heads up, just going to be spoilers of this straight off the bat, so if you don't want to know basically the guts of the story, turn off now. But I'm only doing a short review on this because, like I said, I wasn't really all that impressed with it. I'll deal with the good stuff first. It's well acted, very well acted. I've always liked characters like Margot Robbie and Idris Elba. Idris Elba is really good in this. Sylvester Stallone as King Shark is hilarious. He's probably the most endearing thing in it. And I can't fault the acting from everyone else. It's a good ensemble part. There's a bit of a bait and switch at the beginning because there's actually two suicide teams. One is actually led by Flag, which is meant to be a distraction for the main military forces on the island that they're invading. And they're pretty much all set up to be killed, including the guy that with the long white hair. Savant, like he actually gets killed by detonating the bomb in his head when he does a leg when he realises everyone else is getting slaughtered. While on the other side of the island, the team led by Bloodsport is going in, and they have no idea what's going on with the other team. They're just wondering why there's nobody actually coming after them. So a good few people straight off the bat get killed, and if you're into kind of like R-rated violence, this is brilliant. Like, these people are getting burnt alive, people are getting sliced in half, gutted, garroted, like the whole 9 yards. I mean, if you've been kind of left weary with the MCU's sanitized way of depicting violence, you're going to be fully satisfied here in terms of the gory aspect that Gunn really kind of revels in. There is some nice character pieces in this. Like, you do actually become very sympathetic towards some of the characters, including characters like King Shark. I felt sorry for the poor bastard. Ratcatcher 2 and Bloodsport himself are generally the main heart of the show. Like I said, there's some good action or orchestration in this. There's some great effects, like I'm saying. I do think they kind of wasted Starro a bit. They could have got a bit more creepier with him, particularly with we all know that he produces those little starfishes that latch onto people's faces. Like, they essentially end up being like hordes of zombies or controlled slaves. And I think they could have done more with that, but, the characters in Suicide Squad aren't heroes, so they don't really think twice about slaughtering innocent people. And essentially that's how Bloodsport takes care of them when they come after him. So the production values, the acting, the script, it's all very good. But like I said, it's just way, way too padded. It did not need to be over 2 hours long. I mean, this is one of the first that I actually went back to the cinema again for, because I streamed Black Widow last time around. And I gotta be honest with you, it didn't endear me to being back there again. It was a full house in the cinema I was in. Everyone seemed to enjoy themselves. But I do have to admit, there was 3 lads at the back. They only stayed for about a third of the film and left. That's not a good time when you're talking about teenagers walking out of your supposedly R-rated film. I've heard some people say that it's not woke. In the main, it's not, but the main villain in this is basically America, because it's revealed in the film that the people actually that funding it behind it is the American government, and basically Peacemaker has a mission that Flag doesn't know about, to come in to get the hard drives that to prevent it going public on the, disgracing the American public on the back of it. And Flag's the kind of Captain America type military fella from the first film, he ends up getting killed by Peacemaker, So if you want to talk about symbolism, the villain's America and the main American hero gets killed. But that's really about as woke as it's get. Like I said, my main problem with this thing is that it's just too fucking long. Like, it's a good hour or two long. And I mean, all that padding it bored me. Like, they were sitting here for ages and going, for God's sake, get the next action scene. And that's not something I usually say. So I mean, the pacing in this to me seems to be very dragged out. So maybe if you're going to see this on, say, streaming, and you can fast forward through certain sections, you'll probably enjoy it a lot more. But in the cinema, I definitely wouldn't pay full whack for it. If you can get it on a matinee or something, I'd advise that instead. If they'd tightened it up, I reckon it would have been an 8 over 10. Like, it would have really been a really good film. But as it stands, I'd give it a 6.5. So it's above average. It's a good film, but it could have been great. And like I said, it is a nice change of pace from what you see with Marvel, where it's so sanitized, whereas you actually do get to see full-on brutal violence in this. And it's just a shame that those pacing issues take it out. Like I said, the script's good. The jokes land. There's some great stuff in it that's really funny. As I said, well acted. I'm just kind of personally disappointed in myself. Like, I was really looking forward to this film, and just didn't live up to the grade I was expecting. So there you go, guys. There's my mini review of the Suicide Squad. Like I said, 6.5 out of 10 from me. You might enjoy it better yourself. If you do, just let me leave a comment in the section. Let me know what you think about it. And if you like this video, just like and subscribe. Take care, guys.